sort of an overview of the platform, that would be great.
Yeah, of course. No, thanks, Marissa. Afternoon, everyone. So the platform we built that has been up and running for 9 years was purpose built to deliver access to HE from the viewpoint of 100% online. As we all know, access is more complex than the standard level 3 RQF diploma with all the rules, submission rules, grade profiles, grading standards, and everything else. So essentially, what we've built is a platform that enables you to work with a learner, pick a point on the delivery spectrum from classroom to 100% online, and choose how you want to deliver them. So for the learners who want that 100% online, that's the only way they can access the program. Absolutely, the platform can do that. And to do that, the platform will let you do an online IAG. It will let you take the learner's details via an AEB or advanced learner enrollment form. It will get them in the platform so the learner can have a try before you buy experience before they choose to start the course or get on your ILR. And then once you get a learner who's ready to start the course, it's completely up to you in terms of how many units they do in the platform. The system will have all the content and all the assignments, everything pre-mapped using a totally integrated e-portfolio. So that delivery journey and all the delivery management tools are all built in. And that's all there if you want to complement your classroom delivery or do blended and say only drip feed out, say 15 credits to each learner. And so let's just say the remaining 45 credits done in the classroom. That's all there. And regardless of the delivery methodology used, the platform has automated sampling for IQA. It has remote subject EQA sampling logins as well, right the way through to FAB reporting tools. So that, at a high level, is what the system does. It can look after that entire delivery journey. It's a case of understanding what your learners want to need, the resources you've got, and seeing how best the system can complement your existing delivery.
Thanks, James. Were you going to demonstrate? Were you going to give a little demo?
I thought I was doing demonstration last.
No.
Absolutely. So what I'll do is I won't go through all parts of the platform because, as I mentioned, it's quite broad ranging in terms of what it does. So what I'll do now is show you the platform from the point of view of a learner who's studying 100% of their diploma online, i.e. all 60 credits. I'll submit an assignment, I'll show you some graded content, and then I'll show you what it's like to mark a paper from the tutor side. That should take about 10-15 minutes and just give you a good overview for the feel of how the platform looks and feels. So I'll just share my screen. Can everyone see that okay? Should say student dashboard. Perfect, thumbs up. So anytime a learner logs in, this is what they see. They see their headline dashboard. When we work with a centre or an FE college, we obviously personalise the domain of the platform and the logo. So from the learner's perspective, it looks and feels like their college, so there's no confusion there. There's lots of, the menu items on the left-hand side, I won't go through all of them. I'm going to concentrate more on the course one, obviously. But other interesting ones are, there's a connection system. For a 100% online learner, studying at home on your own can be isolating. So the ability to make connections and message and study with other people on your course is really valuable. So we enable that. There's an internal messaging system. So learners can then message their connections. And most importantly, they can then message their program manager and their unit assessors and make feedback requests. There's a university application section. We make it easy for learners to print out transcripts of their course composition, including unit codes and graded credits, and send it to universities and help them do their research. And then most importantly, there's in terms of the MIS professionals here, the course statistics is where it shows the learner's ILR and it logs all the learner's learning time. But I won't go through the MIS login today. But most importantly, we have the course area, and this, make no mistake, is where learners spend most of their time. This is the dashboard, the unit dashboard, and whenever a learner goes to do some learning or do an assignment, they always come through this real estate in the platform. Very importantly, yeah, we always work for Centre to build their course handbook and upload that into the red space here. And then we always upload their UCAS deadlines as well, because obviously there are the UCAS deadlines. But yeah, if you just give the learners the UCAS deadlines, we tend to find learners submit all their requests 2 days before the UCAS deadlines and you get a bit flooded. So yeah, we always encourage people to share with us their own internal UCAS deadlines. But most importantly, we have all the units built for the OCN London Nursing Diploma. They've been arranged. We've got the study skills units first up, then some ungraded units progressing through to the graded units all the way through the end. I'll just click into this unit of content here. This is the way we display content systematically across every Access Diploma. We always explicitly list the learning outcomes and the ACs. And then straight away, the learners are into the learning outcomes and the ACs. And as the learners start to click through the content, there's lots of reveals and all sorts going on here. We inserted videos where our authors have told them to. And you can see here, these progress bars start to fill up. The content itself, it's built in an instructional design package called Articulate. This is really important for modern learners. They need it to be mobile friendly. They need it to work in portrait on their phone. And we're seeing more and more learners actually type their essays on their phones with their thumbs. I tell the same story all the time, but I remember probably about 2.5 years ago, a centre told me that, and I just I was pretty quite rude. I actually almost laughed in their face a little bit, laughed out loud, but that was me as a 41-year-old male thinking I could never type an essay using my thumbs, and they invited me down to their centre, and all their learners were studying their Access Diploma using this instructional design tool, looking at their content in portrait, and then typing essays with their thumbs. So it is important that the content is mobile friendly. So we've delivered on that. In addition, from an accessibility perspective, using these kind of modern instructional design tools is very important. Readability tools, they all work through plugins via modern browsers. So using Articulate, you automatically feed into that ecosystem. But you can see there are activities and interactions, just to make the content as tactile as possible. Works nice on a tablet, works nicely on a phone. Learner progress is saved and the learners can navigate the content at their own pace. But you can see we do store the bits, the elements they've been through, get nice ticks to reinforce where they've been. And then we want the learners to go through all the content in turn and get to the end of the unit. Now, most importantly, when they get to the end of the unit, we want the learners to go on and progress and complete their assignment. So I've just launched this assignment here. This is one of the OCN London IQ8 assignments that we've loaded into the platform. It's got 2 questions, but you can see here it's a totally integrated e-portfolio system. So we've taken the OCN London assignments, we've built them in, we've added the guidance, we've added all the templates. So here's a template that was uploaded that gives that gives guidance in terms of where to go to get the assignment motivations. So they're all there. But most importantly, everything's pre-mapped. So all the ACs have been mapped to this question. So all learners need to do when they study is come in, look at the content, go through it, make notes, obviously, then go to the assignment area, read questions, read guidance, download any templates that are necessary. And then if it was a short kind of answer question, you probably, if I was a learner, I'd probably type my question in the HTML box here. But for longer questions and more typical access to HE tasks, the learners would probably upload their PowerPoints or Word files, or if it was not that this is applicable to the nursing diploma, but if it was like, say, a computer science diploma, they can upload loads of different web links and web files. Please see the attached file. So I'll browse for a file on my device. So we'll upload that, and that's done. And then the learner saves the answer to that question. The learner then comes into question 2. Again, they read the question. So again, there's the template file for the learners to download, and then learners can see the explicit links from the task to the ACs. But just so I can submit an assignment quickly. Just type an answer. I'll go in and save this. Now, as a learner, I've saved my answers to 2 questions. Admittedly, learners would have given far better answers than I. And then before the learners submit their assignment, we ask them to rate their submission in terms of their confidence. It's just an extra subtle layer of evidence for the assessor to know how the learner's feeling so they can tailor their feedback. So the learners come in here, add their confidence level, do their e-signature, save, and then they submit their assignment. So that's now submitted. That message is reinforced there. So the assessor gets a notification to say, hey, a new piece of work has been submitted. Please log in and mark it in due course. The platform has the ability to add messaging, so you can add your marking SLAs. We default ours to 3 days, but every centre is different. So when we work with a centre to set them up, we always tailor those kind of messaging and IAG messages. So that's the submission of a unit, and you've seen some ungraded content. I'll just show you what a graded unit of content looks like. This is reproductive system is always one of my favorites. My partner and sister are midwives, so they scrutinize this one, so I've had more feedback on this unit than any other. But you can see this is a graded unit of content. Again, all the learning outcomes are there. We've then got an interactive glossary to help the learners get started and then refer back to when they go through the unit. The learners can also download the glossary as well, and then we're into the core content linked to each of the underlying ACs. And you can see, similar arrangements of exercises, interactions, there'll be videos. Everything reveals onto the page nicely and renders, and then the learners, you can see the progress markers, they start to fill up in the left-hand side menu. Where is it? Let's go to another AC here. This is a nice one here on hormones. We've got an interactive diagram here about the cycle. So we've done everything we can to differentiate the content from the old school PDF content that we used to use back in 2015. But you can see, this is how we arrange the content. It's always a mixture of interactions, quizzes, videos. The videos. We always ask the authors to recommend videos, because learners inevitably will always stray onto YouTube for help, but anything we can do to guide them into the right places makes a massive difference. So I won't dwell any more on the content. This is another exercise here. So I'm going to close this unit of content down. I'm actually just going to jump back into the management system and just show you what the platform looks like from the assessor perspective when they mark a piece of work. So I'm going to close this down. I'm now into the management area. I'm just going to find an assessor here, log in. So you can see I've got an assessor, Wendy Lomas, and then I'm going to find, sorry, that's the wrong one. Just go down. So there's 5 bits of work to mark, but this is the work that I just submitted. So you can see here from the assessor perspective, we can see the submission date, the due date. We can see the learner's confidence score. If the learner has made a mistake, and this happens all the time, sometimes they upload the wrong file, or if they're uploading a video or some pictures of a demonstration, they upload a selfie instead of their phone. The assessors can return the work to the learner. This is audited. It's quite powerful kits. The learners don't needlessly use up a submission attempt just for a technical error. So there's that functionality there. But most importantly, the assessor can come in. They can see the question that the learner looked at. They can see the guidance that the learner looked at. They can see the assessment criteria. Then most importantly, they can come in here and they can see the learner's work. So that, if a learner had written their answer in an HTML box, all that information would be there. If the learner had uploaded a file, no matter whether it was a PowerPoint, a video of themselves doing anything, or a Word file, the assessors come in and download that work from here. So once the assessor's done that and they've gone through all the evidence, they come in here and give some feedback. Obviously, they'd give way better feedback than I. If is most common, the assessors annotate the learner's work as they go along. They can actually upload that file and send it back to the learner as part of the overall package of evidence. So I'll just do that there. I'll save that down, and that's all done. That particular question has then been graded. And that process repeats until all the questions have been marked by the assessor. So here's a student submission. Just had some fake feedback there. Obviously, you give much better feedback than that, and then that's saved, and that's done. Once all the questions in the assignment have been marked, the assessor can come down and then give an overall result. Obviously, if this was a graded unit, you'd have the options if the learners are submitted in time to add merits and distinctions. And in addition to that, you'd have the grade profile template to fill in as well, which only has a few more months of life before it turns into a grading standard template. But all the feedback gets entered here. So I can type in my home. And then finally, the assessor signs their declaration, and then they submit their grading. And then that's done. Oh, sorry, I didn't grade it. So that's been passed. And then that's done. The learner then gets notification to say, hey, your work has been marked in their email account. We don't tell them at that point what their mark is. So there's a moment of suspense while they log in and see the result. The learner then logs in. They can see all the assessor feedback. They can see a feedback template. If they passed, great. They move on to the next unit and they can submit it. If they've been referred, they can obviously refer to their feedback, go back into the content, and then the resubmission process continues as usual. So that is the bread and butter of the system. I've gone through that.